So now I have a different van. Yeah, it was like 10:30 at night. We were driving and doing speed limit like 100 kilometers an hour on the highway, and it was dark, and then just there was the deal. There's no way to avoid it. Just put the brakes on, but it was didn't slow down. I mean, he was just right in front of me, and yeah, his body hit the front straight on, like sideways, and his head smashed the window, and he just flew up in the air, obviously dead. And one light was out, one light was turned to face the engine, so it was like the inside of the compartment was lit up, light was going out, and we were close to Cache Creek. So we drove about another 10 more minutes. I didn't know how far we'd get, because I didn't know how bad the damage was. We pulled into the gas station, and the radiator fluid just spewing out, and then it all drained out right there. And then, I don't know if any of you guys ever deal with ICBC, but I have, it's called Roadside Plus. It's amazing. I've never had to use it before. It's like, it was really strange to hit the deer. It was really sad. And then after that, everything just was so a piece of cake, because
They picked you up, right?
well, no, because we were in Cache Creek, so they paid for the hotel. So ICBC, hi Amanda. ICBC paid for the hotel, paid for my bus ride home, paid for the food, gave me way more money than I thought I would get for the van, gave me a free rental car. I hit a deer, totally bad.
I was looking for the van and I thought, where's it gone?
Yeah, it's gone. It's scrap here.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, they gave me 15 days to rent a car till I found the van. So aside from the deer parking it into deer paradise, I ended up with a nicer van, and it didn't cost me anything. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing the last little bit.
When was that?
Where? When?
When?
It was just as I was coming back
Yeah.
from Prince Rupert.
Did
Or
you
no,
drive,
from
you drove up there?
we drove to Lamaraj's place, which is in Telqua, outside Smithers. See him and see his land, and also work on his place. I did some work there for him. And on the way back, me and Earl were driving. Yeah, so kind of crazy. You guys ever hit an animal before driving? Yeah.
Yeah, it was really traumatic.
Yeah, you can get hurt from it. People die. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fortunate to be.
I stepped on a rat once by mistake, and that was really traumatic for me.
You stepped in a rat?
Yeah. By mistake.
Don't tell Joyce that. How did that happen?
I was in school and I was late for something. I was in the bathroom. I was running out the bathroom so I could get to where I was going, and this rat just like ran across and just happened to run across while I was running out. And
You were running.
yeah.
High speed impact.
Yeah, it was really traumatic.
It would be very weird.
Yeah, well, it was like a full size rat, and it like died. So yeah, it was just terrible. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
I thought you just stepped on it and then
No,
it went away.
I was running
Okay, I
like
got
really
it.
fast.
Crunch.
Yeah.
So it crunch.
Yeah.
Joyce, you missed it all.
I'm
Good.
glad.
That's fine.
Yeah. There's another deer death story.
No,
No.
no, somebody else.
Oh.
So how's everybody doing? Anybody got anything you want to share? Any meditation story? Anything happen, or aha moment maybe, or you realize something about yourself? Do you realize that maybe your imperfections are just perfect?
All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Awesome.
Very intense month.
Is there any month that's not intense? She's thinking. That's no? There's no month that's not intense? Intense how? What's the main theme of the intensity?
Length and duration of the process that
Length
I was in.
and duration of the process.
Yeah. The intensity of it.
Mm-hmm. So you feel it going through you.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you're leaving.
I'm leaving. Yay.
You must be excited.
I am.
Yeah.
Really excited.
Yeah.
Big adventure before we go.
Mm-hmm. Amanda's going back to her homeland, right?
Yeah.
With her knight in shining armor.
Yes. I had a realization. I knew that being present with somebody is the most important gift that you can give someone. But I mean, I knew that anyway. But what I thought was being present, I realized was not being present. My perception of what being present and there with someone seemed to be like making eye contact, listening to them, but my intention of being present with them was not fully there. It was just almost as if sometimes it was an act.
Are you saying that your intention of being present got in the way of you being present?
It's kind of hard to explain. I think I did all the right moves or actions which look like I'm being present, but I wasn't really fully present.
Mm. Well, so can you describe the difference between the two of those experiences?
The difference is being grounded. For me, that it's like when you're really rooted and grounded in yourself and there with the other person, that is different from making eye contact with them and trying to clear your mind of thoughts and just nodding ahead and listening.
Mm.
You could be ungrounded while you're doing that. You could have lots of things spinning around in the background and not even feel your body or feel your feet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the key difference for me. And the intention to ground and actually be present with someone just relaxes everything.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Well, it will make sense to you, right? Everyone will have their own. There's no right
No,
or
there's
wrong.
not.
You know, there isn't one.
I had one.
Awesome.
A great one.
You want to share it?
Yes. I realized that we can die any moment.
Mm. Like right now.
Yes, right now I'm not thinking about it, but it was a physical sensation, very
Mm.
strong. I had to go through all kinds of, some sort of medical examinations. Back in time, I wanted to die before I was 18. I
Mhm.
used to believe my life, there's no tomorrow. I didn't care until that day in the office. Something happened to a nerve and it pulls my brain inside, which is very painful. And it wasn't until I saw myself in the mirror that I realized that it could happen, the projection of dying is completely different of what I thought.
Mm.
To the extent that I even have to tell my boss what was happening in case something happened to me in the office.
Hmm.
It's been dissipating. It could be cancer, it could be a tumor. The things were sorted out, and
Things were sorted out?
the doctors sorted out, but just to clear out the possibilities of
Oh.
what could be causing that. See, and it's a second that the brain feels like it's exploding.
Jeez, man.
So the realization is that I had the vision that I would die in a cabin, watching the trees.
Hmm.
Could be there.
Mhm.
There's no.
Could just come upon you like that.
Yes, karma.
Like that.
I learned recently very strongly that everything is karma. They reminded me that everything is.
So when you were thinking those things and you're looking in the mirror, what do you think is going to die?
What do I
Yeah,
think?
what's gonna die?
Mm.
The physical body will leave, and immediately two thoughts came to my mind. One, to ask for forgiveness for a person because
Mm.
I screwed up very, very tough.
Hmm.
I'm at peace with that. And the other thought was to help others while I have days to live in
Mm.
this planet. The body breaks.
Mm-hmm. And what about the Alvaro?
I've been learning to processing to dismantle the walls that have been created as the foundation of being grounded and being secure and being cozy and being.
Hmm.
So in that sense, it's been a process in the world and the world that surrounds me, and being more grateful and admiring and more.
Sounds beautiful. It's very strong, that concept of who we are. Like what it is that we think we are. Like this idea that we're something and that we're something and we're looking out at something. And that something that we're looking out at is something that's not us or separate from us, and it can feel like that, and we have this concept of our face, we have this concept of our body, we have this concept of the back of our body, but you've never seen your face. You can look in the mirror and you can get an idea. And maybe you have some sort of idea, possibly, about what you look like, but you don't really. You've never seen your face. It's interesting. It's like your face belongs to everybody else. It's very interesting, and really, really your face, in a way, is everybody else's face. It's because as you perceive all the other faces, none of those faces that you perceive see themselves. So it's like you're everything that you see.
Yeah, I was just saying that I felt the May was going up and down energetically,
Mhm.
and one of my realizations was that separateness, because I was in so much pain with I have a frozen shoulder right now, my left,
Oh.
that I injured in November, so it
Mm.
really flared up in May, and during my meditations, because usually when I feel like the energy is coming through me, and I'm very sensitive, like moon stuff, moon time. I couldn't sit down,
Oh.
like and just let the thoughts and emotions go through. But May it's almost like the pain, the physical pain, allowed me to let those thoughts pass through me and let those emotions pass me without getting so
Mm.
drawn and feel like it's weighing me down. It's almost like that was my realization that it can flow through me.
Mm.
That was big for me. That was really big because for the longest time I feel like any healthcare issue, I felt like it affected my my thoughts and my emotions so intensely. But this time, it's almost like I used that physical pain to allow myself to be actually weird comfortable in allowing those things to come in and out, in and out. So yeah, that was I guess I found that was purpose of the pain last month, and I still do from time to time. But last month, it was really.
It takes awareness to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have awareness to be able to do this. Yeah, that's nice. And then, how is it that we feel anything? Like emotion. We go through any day from waking to when we sleep. We feel, most of us feel a wide variety of emotion, and some of them not so strong. Some of them very strong. Like if you're missing someone, that can be very strong. Or we're so, I think, used to relating to those feelings as this is me. Right? This is me feeling this feeling. It's kind of like Mikey was talking about. And you can, with awareness, put your focus on, well, where is that feeling coming from? Like, it's a miracle. It's some kind of divine miracle that you could have a rush of feeling, we have our favorites, and we have the ones we don't like. We've got as if anger, or as if one thought is any more valuable than another thought. As if when we're always weighing, this is good, this is bad, I like this, I don't like this. When it's just a flowing collage that's going to be gone. It's gone. It's gone, and it will never be the same again after that. And so, what is that thing in our mind that's like this value system or this judge system that attaches itself to certain feelings, desiring certain feelings? When the whole range of emotion is available, and we could just feel, and why do many of us do anything that we can to avoid feeling the things that are intense, or why would we avoid a certain person or a certain situation that seems to induce in us some kind of strong feeling when it's just going to keep happening. It just keep happening again and again until our awareness sees why it's happening, or our awareness witnesses it stay long enough to flush itself out. Because anything that we resist is holding us, is stopping us from being awake, totally awake, free, enlightened. Because free, awake, enlightened, now, spontaneity, there's nothing that's holding you to anything. You can enjoy, you can not enjoy, you can have partner, not have a partner. You can live your life. You can have a great job or a mediocre job or a job you don't like. You can do all kinds of things and not be ruled or attached to any of it in a way that prevents you from soaring to the peak of ultimate, bliss and joy right here. And that's an intense feeling. Like feeling the intense joy of your presence. That's intense. Have you guys ever had the experience where you were feeling a lot of intensity and then you wanted to watch a movie or something to like get away from it? You just can't feel this anymore? And has it ever happened where you've started watching the movie or maybe reading the book and then you recognize that you were going to numb it out, or you recognize that it wasn't going to be as good? It wasn't going to be as good as just sitting there present and feeling whatever it is that you're feeling. And that watching the movie would actually take you away from your presence, your feeling of now. Even though watching the movie, you're there. But there's something calling you, there's something that's demanding your attention that is there to be felt. And it's in our bodies. All the resistances, all the things that we put away or don't want to feel or resist, it becomes the inner body that then becomes the outer body and then becomes the seniors that we see in the world. They're all have a different shape. You see them. Some of them are tall and spry and happy, and some of them it just looks like they've just contracted and there's what would it take? They're close to death. They may have a year left. And everything that they've done in their life has blossomed inside their body and turned in, because that doesn't happen from the outside in. That happens from the inside out. It's not that life did that to them. If they did that to life, that was their response to life. But that's enough yak for a while, isn't it? Let's meditate. Turning inward, whether that means closing your eyes or having them open. Just just take a few moments to notice the body, paying attention to the feeling of the body as it rests, touching the surfaces of the cushions, chairs, even the sensation of your body parts touching each other, ankles, calves and thighs, hands and thighs, hands and hands. Getting a feel for how jumpy or how settled your mind feels right now. It might be quite easy to focus on those physical sensations, and the mind might be bouncing off. Just notice. And for a little bit of time, ask yourself, what would it be like if your focus was inward and outward at the same time? Your eyes are closed and you're in meditation. What is inward and what is outward? Can you do or be both? What does that feel like? Is it an oscillation between the two? Is it a non-compute? Is it possible to do it all at once? What flavor of concentration, what type of concentration does it take? To have a broader, expansive awareness, and at the same time be tuned inward. Notice the mental images that make up what you're calling your inner world. Inward. What is it? Is it your body? Is it the inside of your body? Is it something else? Is it the invisible energy that's running through the inside of your body? Is it what is outward? What is the mental image? What does the mind instantaneously view if you think outward? Where is that? Is there a location to that? Is your breath inward or outward? If you think of the other people that are in the room, is that outward or inward? Start to notice the various sounds that you hear. Noticing each one. Tuning in closely to one sound. Noticing the mental image that comes with that sound. Where did that mental image come from? Is that an inward thing or an outer thing? Try and be aware of the moment when the focus shifts and another sound is heard. A sound that was always playing, but you didn't notice it. Each new movement of the mind, is there a new movement? Is there a new mental image that arises? That gets placed upon the object? What about the mental image of you? In your mind, if you think about me, you say your name to yourself, what's that image that comes up? Do you like that person? Are you fond of that person? Do you enjoy that person? You may have some list of judgments about this person. Is that a inward thing? An outward thing? These ideas that someone else has given you about you? It will be very hard to be happy. It'll be very hard to be content. It'll be very hard to be loving if you cannot accept this person. This ever changing, arising phenomena. Just another part of what you are. It's like your arm. Or your leg. It's not what you are, or you couldn't be looking at it. You just couldn't be. And then we can feel the vibration, outer and inner. Or is it outer or is it inner? to settle your mind there, feel like you're in touch with that place as you come out, quote unquote, come out of the meditation, maybe you'll feel less of a transition. If you can stay with the, I don't want to use the word stillness. Stiller than stillness. And as you take in more of the room and come back, can you feel that? Some sort of present awareness of that. And we'll take a break. Maybe you'll notice during the break, you abandon that place or whether it remains. All I know is this is happening right now, because it looks like it's going to be good.
Shouldn't shake those two fingers.
What?
Yeah, they have.
It looks like you should shake it.
No, it even says shake gently.
Where it is, it's in the small print. I don't see that anywhere. Oh yeah, shake gently. Very small print. What's going to happen?
Explosion.
It's making a beautiful sound. So I found out you can tune these by adding water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're not tuned?
Like, well, they're tuned. They're tuned to a certain note. They
Okay.
you know, they're calling it a G or whatever.
Yeah.
But if Michi plays a note, G, it's not G. But if I add water, I can get it
Oh,
to a
really?
G. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
If my friend was gonna come tonight, he has exactly that bowl.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take a photo and send it to him.
Oh yeah, does he?
Exactly like that. His other friend gave it to
Oh, yeah.
him as a present from Banyan.
Banyan, that's where this
Yeah.
one came from. Yeah. Nice present. Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to him right now.
It's got water in it now?
No. No.
It's kind of close.
Rumble Super Shake. Feed the good. Hello.
Hello.
I feel like I've never seen you,
No.
but I have.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's a crazy thing. So did you find those Allen keys?
No, and
'Cause I don't know where they would be.
Jarrett was looking around as well. He was wondering if they're in the van, if maybe, or they've been like, because I think like Elizabeth just like rammed everything in.
Elizabeth what?
I think it's so it could be in there.
No, I totally do.
Yeah.
I think it'll be obvious if you guys saw it.
Yeah,
Because it's
I
like a pouch
remember
about
it.
that big and it's got stuff
Yeah.
in it. And
And I remember going back and looking at the door again the next day
oh yeah,
and didn't see anything wrong.
right. I think when I was using it was putting up the TVs.
Did you get it out of the car? Because you used Jarrett's Allen keys. We were talking.
No, I had a whole pouch full of Allen keys that I used. We were using to do a TV thing, and it was in the building where we put up the two televisions.
You did use it again
Yeah.
then? You did go get it? Because you were saying you were looking for it and then you found it?
No, I was looking for it today
Oh.
in my tools. And I was
Okay.
like, where is that? Because I needed an Allen key. I'm like, where's my pouch of Allen keys?
Okay, I'll do a double check again.
But it's no big deal.